Good evening. Tonight, a very special Master Chat, and we have a very special Master Chatter. In the spirit of the week on MasterChef, where eliminated contestants returned for another unearned shot at glory, a previous Master Chat star guest has returned to thrill us once more with her tales of the other side of the MasterChef equation. We welcome MasterChef favourite, Masterchat favourite, Kitchen Whiz favourite, and general Australian society favourite, Alice Zaslavsky. Welcome again to MasterChat.
Thank you for having me again.
First things first, how stupid is it that they've brought these people back?
It's not stupid. They've done it in other years.
Did they do it in your year?
They didn't do it in our year. No.
You know why? Because they decided in your year, that's done.
Done.
We shouldn't do that anymore.
No.
This year they've decided to go back to a very sour well, a poisoned well. A well poisoned by cliche and gimmickry. And they have drawn a bucket of crap out of that well. We could have told them it was a crap well. They wouldn't listen. Those MasterChef people, they never listen. When you were on MasterChef, did you find that they never listened?
Oh, I think I never listened.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember you never listening.
No.
I remember a lot of the time you'd be there and you'd be making something, and the judges would come over. They'd say, "What are you making?" And you'd say, "I am making, whatever. I'm baking my pants into a sausage or something." And they'd say, "Oh, that might be a bad idea." And you would say, "Really? We'll see about that." And they'd walk away and you'd turn to the camera and say, "I'm going to make it anyway because those guys, they don't know me."
They don't know my family.
No.
Well, yeah, that was a bad choice. But
Yeah.
I have a very legitimate reason for doing that.
Yes.
Because having not really watched MasterChef before
Yep.
my foray on it,
Yes.
I didn't realise that the judges were actually giving me advice. I thought
Right.
that was just for TV purposes. So I thought that was like to create the drama and the conflict and
Yeah.
the doubt.
Because I think sometimes they do that.
They do, I think so.
But I think there's a subtle difference between their attitude when they come up and they seem genuinely worried.
Yeah.
Where they're like, "Oh, really?" And when they're just trying to play it up and they're like, "Oh, really? Okay, good luck."
Yeah. It took me way too long to figure out the difference.
But, I mean, you did all right.
I did okay.
Were you in the top 10?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you were like
Yeah, I was like just
6
before
or 7.
finals week. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's all good.
So, last week we had a top 10
Yeah.
determined.
Yeah.
This week it was like, now that we've got the top 10, let's bring in someone else.
Yeah, make it the top 20.
Let's spend an entire week determining one person to come back in. Seems like they could have done it in one night. They could have said, let's have one night, all the returnees come in, they cook something, whoever cooks the best thing gets back.
Yeah.
Let's make it a whole week, and to make it more entertaining, let's make the competition very unfair. Because Pip was one of the returnees. Mm-hmm. Pip was the best cook
Hands down.
on one night.
Yeah.
The night that she got eliminated again.
That was so annoying. That moment, I'm pretty sure that moment killed my passion for cooking.
For cooking? For cooking at all?
Just for a moment.
So now you're at home with your fiancé.
Yes.
And you will be saying to him, "Fiancé dear, you will have to cook dinner from now on. Because ever since Pip was unfairly eliminated for the second time,
Yeah.
I cannot even look at food. So you will have to cook and you will have to blindfold me when you serve it.
Yeah.
Or make invisible food."
Which brings us back to our topic of conversation.
Does it?
Yeah.
Jeez, I did not expect that.
Where was Rufio?
Rufio was indeed the curious incident of the dog in the night time. But it was the curious incident of Totem in the night time. What? There was no totem. That was the curious incident, says Sherlock Holmes of MasterChef.
Yeah.
That's a reference that I hope you get.
Yeah, it's good.
I hope you... I hope you understand Sherlock Holmes references. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
we may be confusing you more than usual. Maybe a little bit more, to be fair. Totem wasn't there. I think he had better things to do.
Yeah, like toss pans.
What?
He went.
Is that a
home.
sexual?
He went home as being the tosser. He was. Remember,
It's
he
harsh.
tossed. Well, no, he tossed. He tossed the mussels too much because. And my.
Whoa, come on.
This is bad. This is very bad.
Alice, you are working blue, and that's not what we have you here for.
This is terrible. No, but
We could have hired a successful Australian comedian, Jim Jeffries,
you could have.
if we wanted a bit of blue work.
Okay, let me try this again. So he went home because he was taking his pan of mussels off the heat too much
Right.
and shaking them about.
That still sounds sexual.
Yeah, somehow.
I don't know how you can't say anything about a pan of mussels without it. Like that's a stripper name, pan of mussels.
Pan of mussels. But I have a theory now.
Oh god. Do you really?
Yeah.
Is it as good as your last theory?
It builds upon the last theory.
Okay.
Okay. So
Does it build upon the part of the last theory where the story of Peter Pan is a true story?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So basically, Totem said, "I don't know what happened. It always works when I do it at home."
Right.
So my theory is
Again.
Really? I don't know. I actually have spent all day with year 9s, so maybe that's what's done it. But
Whoa.
duh.
No.
No, as teaching. 'Cause
Teaching?
I'm taking a
What
little
do you mean
stint to
teaching in a
teach.
professional sense?
Yeah,
You don't
teaching.
mean
No, absolutely. That's
come
as a
with me,
teacher.
kids, I got stuff to teach you.
Yeah, about geography.
About geography.
Yeah.
Not about the map of the human heart.
No.
When you teach geography, is it really boring?
No, not when I teach geography.
Isobars? Do you teach them about isobars?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's year 8. Yeah. And we used to do
Relief maps?
all that stuff. Yeah, we used to find ways like isobars, oranges were good for isobars and stuff. So, teaching.
I don't understand that.
Well, I'd use oranges for longitude, latitude lines.
Right.
And isobars, being weather patterns, all those things. You'd understand.
Air pressure?
Yeah, air pressure.
Barometers?
Absolutely. This is all year 8. Was that the last year you did geography?
Yes. To be fair,
So
I think it was year 7.
yeah. It's sad. Geography is undervalued as a subject.
I feel like the reason it is because people think that geography is just being able to name countries and flags, which is not even involved,
No.
frankly.
No, seriously, not at all. No.
So
Totem.
your theory
Yeah.
about Totem
Yeah.
is...
That he is used to imagining good food. And therefore,
Right.
he's surprised when it doesn't work in the MasterChef
Well,
kitchen.
we're all used to imagining good food and then being disappointed by MasterChef.
And it's like all the blobs, the colours, throwing,
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, I understand. It's another Peter Pan hook
It's-
reference.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
That's my hook.
That's your hook.
Yeah.
Oh. Totem wasn't...
I digress.
Clarissa wasn't there.
No.
My theory is that Clarissa was there, but everyone went on strike until she was removed from the set. But most of them were there. They came back, they paired up,
How did they pair up?
they drew lots or something. I think it was just chance.
I'm just annoyed because I missed that bit, and I feel like that's a pivotal moment. Because
Obviously, Samira and Rishi were paired up to be the sort of the ethnic super team.
yes,
It was a Captain Planet moment.
yeah, absolutely.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, if there was
Captain
a new
Planet?
Captain, yeah, I like that. That's good. Yeah, hard.
I know it's good, but does it make any sense?
Yeah, because between them they make a super food.
Like quinoa.
Exactly.
No one ever cooks with quinoa on MasterChef.
Yeah, sometimes.
Did you ever do it? Was that one of the things, oh, I'm making quinoa, and they were like, oh, I don't think you should do that, I'm going to make quinoa anyway. That's my impression of Alice on MasterChef. I'm Alice. Watch me toss my grains.
I cooked with freekeh. Do you remember that?
Who?
Freekeh, it's kind of like another grain.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I had no idea what that was.
Yeah. It's kind of like farro, I guess, or like a barley, but I found it in the pantry because I was looking for couscous and there was no couscous. So I just read the back of the packet.
Couscous is also the name of a tree-dwelling animal.
Aye.
It's a bit like an aye.
What does a couscous look like?
A bit like an aye. Or a bush baby.
A bush baby. Oh, I love it. I really do. Good. But I digress.
You digress. But look, we have to digress a bit.
We do.
Because it just demonstrates how MasterChef takes in the whole world. The point is, you cooked with freekeh. Is freekeh an Eastern European?
No, it's more like a Middle Eastern grain.
Okay, so you're sort of treading on Amina's toes.
She wasn't there anymore though, so it was fine.
Oh, well.
Free reign.
Just stabbing her in the back then, weren't you?
Oh, me.
She was sitting there crying at home, watching the show.
Yeah,
Well, you rubbed the freekeh into her wounds. So, Samira, who's the new Amina, did very well this week.
She did. Amina would have done well if there was...
Amina would have done well and been more likeable.
Amina's very likeable.
Samira isn't. Samira, I feel, is an attempt to recreate Amina.
Not the same.
No. I feel like Samira is the later work of Ben Elton, where Amina was the early classic Blackadder Young Ones sort of gear.
Yeah. Amina's loved forever.
Samira has a very thin blue line feeling to it. Alice got that reference. I hope you did too.
Yeah.
Samira is a pale imitation. Not literally, she has olive skin.
Yeah.
But figuratively, she's a pale imitation. But she cooked well, and she was probably advantaged by being paired with Rishi, who is very good, and we know he's going to win.
Absolutely.
Do we know he's going to win?
Oh, totally.
He knows he's going to win. Look at him.
He knows he's going to win. I'm pretty sure that he's doing all of his interviews retrospectively after winning. Look how excited he is in every interview.
He's just excited because he knows he's going to win.
Yeah.
Like, as far as he's concerned, he won the day he was born.
Yeah.
You get the feeling he has never felt that anyone is superior to him in any area.
He's a winner.
Yeah.
You can tell he's a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Biceps.
Yeah.
Good hair.
He's an attractive fellow.
Yeah. How old is Rishi?
35.
Wow. He looks good for his age too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 34 and I look terrible for any age. I mean, if I told you that I was 50, you would probably say, oh, well, never mind. Some people age better than others. If I told you I was 80, you'd probably admire my physical robustness.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But you'd still say, not the sexiest 80-year-old I've seen. Rishi looks great for an 80-year-old.
He looks really good.
Since he's 35, that's not that surprising. But even for a 35-year-old, he looks good. Does he look better than Linton? Linton is sleep deprived.
Oh, Linton. I feel really, really bad for Linton, actually. You can tell.
He's tense and he's stressed and he's exhausted.
Yeah, he is.
And on the final night this week of competition, he let Liliana down, which isn't a big deal. No one cares if Liliana's there. No one.
Not like Pip.
No, Pip robbed.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Don't you? We probably should.
We should. We will.
The point is, Pip was in a pair with Daniel, who some people think is handsome, but his face is now blemished by these smallpox scars of failure. Daniel was on the other side of a wall to Pip. This was in the challenge where they had to cook exactly the same thing without being able to see each other.
Yeah.
Because that's an important skill for a chef. If you go into a professional kitchen, there is a wall. You are going to have to stand on the other side of the wall to people making the same thing, not being able to hear them very well and not being able to look at what they're doing. That's just the way it is. Yeah. Fine dining, if people pay a lot for dinner, they want to know that's the way it's prepared.
Yeah, that's true.
Blind. Actually, George referred to them cooking blind literally in that episode.
Oh.
He was wrong. Nobody in that episode was literally blind.
No.
Not even close. They weren't even blind temporarily.
No.
They didn't even have their eyes covered. They had a wall.
They did. Not like the blind winner of Masterchef in other...
Does that happen?
Yeah, in the UK, I think a blind woman won.
Ah, the classic MasterChef. The sort of the The reserved MasterChef.
That's right, because the taste receptors are much stronger.
Yes.
She needs to be able to taste things because she can't see them.
Yes. But how is it plating up? Shithouse? Yes.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
But not as bad as...
Was it just all over the place? Was it like, oh, this plate is upside down? What? It's just scattered everywhere.
Oh, God.
She's just laid her ingredients all around the kitchen and we have to hunt for them.
Nolene's hot dog.
Yeah, they were like, this is the Nolene's hot dog of it. And the other guy was like, what? He's like,
It
whoa.
hasn't even happened yet.
I have some sort of strange power.
Yes.
Pip was on the other side of the wall from Danielle.
Yeah.
She was yelling at him.
Oh.
Now,
yelling.
she said to camera, to camera bit, oh, neither of us have very loud voices. But her voice didn't seem that soft.
No.
It wasn't like a little Jennifer Tilly squeak.
Mm-mm. There was depth.
What do you think?
There was a real strength and resilience in her voice.
Yeah, she is a strong, independent woman. That intimidates some people, not me.
Not me.
I want to be your friend, Pip.
Me too.
Maybe more. No. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know how he didn't hear her. I really don't, and I feel...
Or do you?
Well...
I think you have a theory that does not involve a Steven Spielberg movie.
I've got a terrible theory. It's not a good one.
Is it a terrible theory, or is it just a theory about terrible things?
Yeah, it is.
Tell me.
Well, I don't want to...
Yes, you do.
I
yes,
do.
you do, Alice. You want to.
I'm going to speculate.
Don't let... The kitchen ninja would want you to speak the truth.
That's true.
He took an oath.
Hey.
Okay, let's not try and make him into a clown. He's not there for... Well, he is there for our amusement.
The kitchen ninja doesn't speak, though.
Doesn't he?
No, he's a silent but hilarious...
It's like a minstrel show then, really.
Yeah, I'm the minstrel.
So, no, it's a racist show.
Good.
No, it's not.
Tune in.
It's a good show. It's a good show. Even if your kids aren't racist, they'll enjoy it. Look, tell me a theory about Pip and Daniel.
I just feel like some people, and it's not necessarily just that pair, but I just feel like some people perhaps were in the back of their minds, it may have even not been a conscious choice, were thinking that if this person gets back into the competition, I could be the next person to go after.
Yes, because we know Pip is good.
Pip is really good.
You thought Pip would win.
I really
You
was.
were so wrong.
I was wrong, because she was eliminated in the exact same way.
That was a terrible mistake you made.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
It was based on her being good.
Absolutely.
She's better than Daniel. Daniel's lucky to be there.
Dish of the day she had on that day.
Yeah.
And yet Daniel's plate had corn puree smushed.
Why? Why did Daniel do something so dissimilar? Do you think something similar happened with Linton and Liliana? Do you think Linton sabotaged Liliana?
I could not possibly think that of Linton.
No.
But
And he does look very tired.
he looks really
You
tired.
can understand why he would make raw pastry.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to get your pastry right when you've had like 2 hours sleep in the last 3 days.
Exactly.
And you've just, you're seeing the stampeding cattle before your eyes every time you open the oven.
Yeah, and he thought the oven timer was just his alarm clock.
And he's feeling a phantom hat on his head. He goes to grab it and it's not there. He goes to reach for his whip. It's not there. What's going on? Is this real? He thinks.
Banana?
Oh my God, he looks up. Shelley Duvall from The Shining is coming towards him with a cake.
Pasta.
Pasta. What?
She made pasta.
A pasta cake.
She wasn't in pasta.
She was eliminated because of a cake.
She was. Oh, that
Terrible
cake.
cake. You know that great day when everyone made amazing dishes and Liliana was like, birthday cake. This is what I serve to little kids who don't know the difference.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So, judges, I hope you're 7 years old. Not to be mean to Liliana, but come on, Liliana. Get a grip.
There was no pot of gold at the end of that rainbow cake.
Cake doesn't really have an end. Was it a... No, we can't dive down another one of your rabbit holes.
They're
Alice.
everywhere.
Oh, that was quite clever of me without even meaning.
That was good.
So, Daniel probably sabotaged Pip. Linton probably didn't sabotage
No.
Leona. Nicky sabotaged himself
No.
because he said, I'm going to make a
Buttermilk panna cotta.
buttermilk panna cotta.
Yeah.
But instead, what he did was he stole a baby and got it to vomit in a cup.
Royal baby. I don't know how.
No, it's
Maybe
cool.
that's why it took them so long to, get the baby up.
What, because Nicky had it?
Nicky had borrowed it.
To burp it into his cup. Or maybe he just vomited, because let's face it, Nicky looks like a gigantic baby.
He does look like a giant baby. A cute one.
No.
No, he looks quite cute and he talks in a cute way. He wants to be the next David Chang. That's cute.
That's... yeah, that is
That
cute.
was a foodie reference. I don't know. Yeah.
No, he's that American guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, it is cute
Yeah.
in that way
Yeah.
when you see a kid with no legs and they say, I want to be someone who has legs.
Aspirational. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute in the way when you see people who want to do things that they are never going to be able to do.
Yeah.
Like he's never going to be the next David Chang. Why is he participating in the racial stereotyping by saying he wants to be the next David Chang? Why doesn't he say he wants to be the next Maggie Beer?
Yeah.
Because he hates Maggie Beer? Yes. And that's fair enough. You don't have to love Maggie Beer to be a great chef. On the other hand, Nicky is never going to be a great chef. So why does he hate Maggie Beer?
I don't know. I did see some malice in his eyes in the Barossa challenge.
Yeah, like he kept tripping her.
Oh,
Like when she walked, he'd stick his foot out and trip her over.
reset.
He kept whispering in her ear, I'm going to kill you. I am going to kill you, Maggie Beer. And he had the chance to get back in.
Yeah.
And he served up the worst panna cotta in the history of panna cottas.
I don't even, because they had to pour it out. That's not, because a panna cotta, because technically a panna cotta is supposed to have the consistency of a firm breast. It's meant to be like a boob. So when
Yeah.
you tap it, it's like a boob.
So when you tap it, it gets aroused.
Breast milk. That's what he made.
Yes, that was his mistake. He milked the panna cotta instead of... Actually, no, if breast milk looked like that... Again, it's breast milk that's passed through a baby. That's what he made.
Yes, good. Or fermented.
Fermented breast milk.
Yucky.
What? Fermented breast milk?
Yeah, because then it'd be like yogurt.
After it or do you ferment the breast? Like if you get a mother and ferment her and then milk her in a mother milking plant.
Like a whipped cream can.
Look, I'm no expert on food,
Yeah.
but I know that panna cotta means baked cream or something like that.
Similar. That would be a...
Cotta is baked, like terracotta, and panna is cream.
Yeah.
Right.
Set cream, I would say.
Well, that's what it literally is,
Yeah.
because it's been that is not what he made was so awful.
Yeah.
Like it sloshed around and it had lumps.
Yeah.
Like that was the set part. Little bits of it had set,
Yeah.
but that's not quite right, is it?
No.
It's like someone who'd made porridge but didn't do it right. Had
Yeah.
got the
Got the
measurements
instructions
wrong.
Yeah.
And even if he had made good porridge, that wouldn't have cut it.
Because it was a butter
Yeah,
challenge.
he probably would have failed even with good porridge. And he served bad porridge.
Yeah. I think looking at what he did, and I'm sure that Julia, the dessert queen of all queens, would be much better at defining this. But
Julia, why aren't you on Masterchat?
Yeah, Julia.
Too good for us?
Gosh. She needs
Really? You want to be that person?
So I think he, first of all, he didn't incorporate his gelatin well enough.
Yes.
Because you could see that's
Always
why it was
a
all
problem.
lumpy. Always a problem. And the buttermilk, because he used butter within the milk, that would have affected the fat content. And so
What is
fat
buttermilk?
Buttermilk?
Explain buttermilk to me.
Buttermilk is kind of like milk, but it's got a sour kind of taste to it. So it goes through a different process of.
What do you do to milk to make it buttermilk?
It's what you do to buttermilk to make it milk.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's buttermilk first? So
Theoretically.
does it come out of the cow as buttermilk?
Yeah, not so much. No, it comes out of the cows as like if you taste cow milk,
Yeah.
it kind of has a sour taste
Straight out of the cow.
straight out of the cow. Not that I've ever done that, but I'd like
What
to.
do they do to it then?
To buttermilk.
Well, okay, first, what do they do to milk? Milk comes out of the cow, then what do they do?
Okay, so there are several processes that they can take. So some people have raw milk, which is meant to be illegal. So like cosmetic, it says
It's not pasteurised.
Not pasteurised.
It has germs in it.
Yeah, which is interesting because Australia and South Africa are the only countries that still have that as a rule.
I feel like Louis Pasteur worked very hard and now we're just spitting in his face to be drinking raw milk. But anyway.
Well, there's a lot of schools of thought that say that raw milk's a better choice, but that's a total.
Those are bad
that's
schools
a
of
different
thought.
Chat.
Those are bad schools of thought.
Milk chat.
Anyway, if you're making milk, what do you don't make milk, it comes out of a cow.
Yes, it does. But
I mean,
then,
you get rid of the yucky stuff.
Yeah. What yucky stuff?
Like the microbes.
The microbes are good. That's good.
No, they
That's good
kill
for your
you. They were
gut.
causing people to die.
They had a couple of cases of listeria, and that basically blanket they decided they were going to pasteurize.
Well,
This is
I don't want listeria. Do you want listeria? Do you want me to have listeria? You want me to die? Are you
not-
threatening me?
No,
You can't take me.
it's true. You would
You'll
probably
be dead before you hit the ground. Point is, buttermilk apparently is milk that has had something disgusting left in it.
Yeah, but see, Nicky didn't use buttermilk. He
Oh, he didn't. I thought his
didn't.
problem was
no.
he did.
Do you know what he did? He put milk and then he melted some butter into it.
That's not buttermilk.
That's not buttermilk.
Even I know that's not
That's
buttermilk.
not buttermilk. That's not good.
That's not. He's an idiot.
It just wasn't a good choice.
Does he think that's how language works? That if you have two words in a single word, that it must mean that it's just a combination of the two?
Yeah, it's a portmanteau.
Does he know that catgut isn't made from cat guts?
Or catnip isn't made from a cat that nips. Nip.
No, I suppose not.
No.
No.
Or
Eggnog isn't made from egg and nog. Or is it? I guess it is. Depends on your definition of nog. They've never made eggnog on MasterChef.
No.
Or have they?
oh,
No.
I haven't seen it.
Did you make it?
No.
Did you make it and you were there and you're like, I'm making eggnog? Don't make eggnog.
sure?
This is a pork challenge. I'm making eggnog anyway. I think they were just messing with me. Eggs.
No. Kelty.
What about Kelty? What's he been up to?
The Thermomix.
Oh, he stuffed it up. He screwed Jules. He sabotaged Jules. Jules. So good.
Jules.
But it was a relay thing with the ice cream.
Yeah.
And it was like Kelty had to prepare the way. He was before Jules.
Yeah.
And Jules comes in. All Kelty can tell her is, I've jammed this machine, fix it, and then he's gone.
Yeah, exactly. Thermonixed.
Whoa. You spent a lot of time on that. You've been doing prep. Is there
Prepping.
an auto cue back there? I can't believe you could just remember that.
No, I think it's a goodie. It's a good one. I
hope people caught the pronunciation there so they know you made a pun.
Yeah, it was. Thermonix.
Thermonixed. Yeah.
I enunciated.
That, I think, definitely was sabotage.
Yeah, that was whack.
Or was it? Because Kelty is pretty crap. He may have just stuffed up.
But then I wonder, because I've seen Kelty do really well on recipe challenges, so I thought of all the recipe challenges, like Kelty will probably do well.
Yeah.
But no,
Maybe he's not an ice cream man
maybe not. More a savoury.
in any sense. Not in the Van Halen sense, not in the creepy guy outside of school sense.
Do you know that ice cream vans on the back say, caution children?
Because there's children inside them. And if you like open the back, they'll all tumble out. Like, careful, children are about to fall on you.
Yeah. Or even like, caution children, don't approach this van.
Yeah. Do you know, this is actually true, that when the ice cream van would come around near our house when I was a kid and the music would play, my parents actually did tell me that when the music is on, it means that they are not going to stop.
Is it true?
No. They're trying to attract, the music is there to attract you. You're supposed to run and they see these customers, they stop and serve ice creams. My parents would actually told me, when the music plays, it means they're not selling, they're closed.
And so you just wouldn't even bother.
And I was like, oh, fair enough, I'll wait for a silent ice cream van to come along.
It's a really sad story.
Yeah.
Is that now why you're a recapper for MasterChef? The resentment that you have?
No. There's no connection whatsoever. Yeah, I know you want to make everything neat and tidy in your psychoanalysis. Doesn't work that way. Psychoanalysis.
Oh, boom!
So, Alice Zaslavsky. Samira's back.
Samira's back.
You happy to see her back?
I'm gonna keep my mind open. I feel like maybe, hopefully, she's gonna cook some cool stuff. She cooked a cool dish with Rishi.
Yeah.
She's
not going to win though, because Rishi's going to win.
Rishi's gonna win.
He knows it. We know it.
Yeah.
His parents know it.
They've always known it.
It's an anticlimax. MasterChef, the greatest anticlimax of 2013. Unlike Masterchat, which brings you something unexpected every week, this week it's been Alice Zaslavsky and her puns. Next week, we'll be examining the strange story of Lucy and her Morris dancing past. Tune in for that. We'll have a very special guest, fresh from the set of hit movie The Hangover 3. Thank you for master chatting with us tonight, Alice.
Thank you for master having me.
This has been Master Chat. I'm Ben Pobjie. You are the viewer. Never forget. Good night.